it's a bit weird to reply to him because he's not here anymore. But there's okay. There's one thought I have about memory, which I personally, and I don't know if my 26 fellow young Europeans feel the same, but since I've been here, I've probably been watching like 15 films in the last 3 days, and I'm pretty sure that at the end of the festival, I will only know which films I've seen because I've been keeping a list. And I feel that there's so much information which is coming upon us, which makes it really, really difficult to actively build memory and to actively reflect on things. And even though I think the statement on watching films from the 50s, 40s, 30s, and from quite a long time ago is very interesting, and I think there is also some truth in it. We still have to see the current films while we are catching up with the classics, which just means or represents an enormous amount of data we have to process, and I think it's very difficult to keep a memory or to build a memory if there's so much information coming upon you.
You're right. We're at a stage of life where we can absorb a lot more than a lot of older people. And that's not derogatory to older people. But, you know, think about how fast the child learns to walk and read and speak. But to move on to the other part of the title, which is roots, I think also as young people, we are experiencing our roots very immediately compared to if we were to become filmmakers later in life as 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, we're using our memory. But right now, we should analyze and really experience our roots in the moment. So we have issues around us. We might think that we have nothing to write about, but if you just know yourself, I think you'll see that there are parts of our identity, if we're developing into journalists or filmmakers or writers, that we should acknowledge. For example, we might have family problems which might be repressed, and then will find their way out in our work later. Just things about our life which give us an agenda for our work later.
I think you shouldn't worry. I mean, even if you have so many things to look, to watch, to learn, to feel, and so many things you want all of you to do, because I'm sure you are like sponges, and things are, even if you don't realize it, they are dripping into yourself, and they will sink, and at one point, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 20 years, doesn't matter, suddenly they're going to come out again, and I think our mind is made that you put the things aside, but that you have the cue to get them out again once you need them. So, you know, just take your time, don't rush, and the memory is, you are young and you have great memories, and I'm not senile yet, but maybe soon. And losing the memories, or starting to lose the memory, is something that probably, I hope for you are going to live through also. Is something very, very scary, knowing that or seeing my mother. She is now 89, and she has, the old memory is there, but the recent memory is gone. So all those things are very important to think about, and so enjoy your good memory right now.
I was thinking about not so much as a personal memory, but the general memory. I agree with Torben that there's a huge amount of informations now and details that will make a great amount of memory in the future. So sometimes I wonder what the memory of the future will be based on, as we have now so many informations through cinema, but not only that, television and internet and all the archives that are filling up. So what will maybe there's no room for all this information. So what will the tomorrow's memory be like? What will be the things that will stay? I don't know really who's this question for. Just.
If you want that someone reacts, you have to ask him.
Does anyone think something specific about it?
See, I use the internet a lot, and I think most people do now. But as an aside, let's remember that only 7% of the world's population has broadband. So before we argue about internet too much, let's keep that memory aside. When I need to know something, for example, if someone mentions a war, a film or a book, which as a reference, and I don't know about it, I'll look it up on Wikipedia, and then I'll know 2-3 things which I'll keep in my short-term memory for a day, and then I'll forget it because it was instantly available. And so what I think my answer is that information overload leads to a more disposable attitude to memory. And maybe I sound older than I am when I say that.